Hi guys, come with me on my daily vlogs on racism within unself and employment towards financial independence. So within a minute and a half of positioning in my spot, I was approached by these two individuals. Let's see what attracted them to my positioning and why they felt the need to initiate their line of questioning.
Literally just intrigued, wondering what's going on. We walked around and saw the tent.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? As you can see, it is clear that my tent was being used for storage. Please?
My name is PC Lynch, my warrant number is 2460.
And you are a community...
Police officers in Hertfordshire.
Why the need to highlight they are policemen from Hertfordshire? Do I look like I'm not local? Also, we are standing in Hertfordshire, so naturally one would assume that one would know that you would be in Hertfordshire. Okay.
So we're just literally come up to you and wondering what you're sort of doing.
Okay.
So we're just literally come up to you and wondering what you're sort of doing.
Okay.
So we're just literally come up to you and wondering what you're sort of doing.
Okay, and on what statute you're questioning me today?
We were asking a question. You don't need to answer us, we're just asking you a question, that's all. You don't need to answer us, we're just asking you a question, that's all. You don't need to answer us, we're just asking you a question, that's all.
I think I'll leave it for now, please.
Okay, we're just intrigued, that's all.
Thank you.
Okay, we're just intrigued, that's all.
Thank you.
Okay, we're just intrigued, that's all.
Thank you.
But is everything okay? Do you need any help at all? No?
Why would you think I need help?
It looks like there's a tent here and you're sat down on your side. There's a tent here and you're sat down on your side. There's a tent here and you're sat down on your side.
That's all right. You can have a tent there. It's not illegal.
I'm just making sure that everything's okay, that's all.
That's all right. Are you okay?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah? Okay.
Thank you so much for asking.
All right.
Fine. Yeah,
Okay.
Right then.
All right.
Well, if you have any issues, do call us. If you need
I wouldn't.
us, okay?
There's no issues. You don't have any issues. Why would there be the issues? It's just random.
Okay.
It's absolutely fine. We're just here to ensure that that not anything untoward is happening. We're just here to ensure that that not anything untoward is happening. We're just here to ensure that that not anything untoward is happening. Two, that you guys are okay, basically.
Why would something untoward be happening?
But it's just quite strange for us to come across somebody with a tent in the middle of the town centre. But it's just quite strange for us to come across somebody with a tent in the middle of the town centre. But it's just quite strange for us to come across somebody with a tent in the middle of the town centre. We just want to make sure you're okay. I would say we have a lot of homeless people this time of the year.
So, as much as this would seem as a valid reason to so-called question one about their goings-on within a town centre, it was very interesting to me that the only thing that intrigued one to approach me in the manner that they did was a tent. Literally, a tent.
If you were going to be putting a tent up in the middle of town to sleep at night, that's something we might want to address in relation to our homeless charities and see if we can help you out.
I would just like to highlight that there was nothing suspicious about my interaction with these two individuals. I was minding my own business and they decided to approach me and then pose a whole different scenario. Right.
But then also your behaviour towards us when we asked a simple question was also quite suspicious.
So now that these individuals, as identified as representatives of authority, highlighted that their conclusion of my response to their so-called claimed simple questions approach as being suspicious, quote unquote, by asking for ID confirmation and the execution of my right not to respond, I made the decision not to. Ah yes, and I also asked for the statute in which they were questioning me under, of which they did not provide, and also highlighted that I did not need to answer their questions, of which of course I did not. So very confused about the suspicious conclusion of these members of the representatives of authority. Right.
But then also your behaviour towards us when we asked a simple question was also quite suspicious.
Right.
But then also your behaviour towards us when we asked a simple question was also quite suspicious.
Right.
But then also your behaviour towards us when we asked a simple question was also quite suspicious. Quite suspicious. Quite suspicious. So obviously we're going to...
There was no suspicion here with my interaction. I think that this individual was annoyed that I expressed my right to not respond to their quite clear, unfounded questions and or conclusions, and decided to pose his own reasoning for his approach. As you can see, he looks like he has egg on his face. I really feel that this is an area in which policing needs to be addressed within my county of Hertfordshire. I think that conclusions need to have more standing before a police officer moves forward. Otherwise, it could become problematic for both the public and the officer.
Inquiring into that one. Inquiring into that one. Inquiring into that one.
So what is happening here is that he has used specific trigger words to invoke a certain reaction or response for me, to put him in a position where he is the one that has reason to question me further or reason to approach me in the first place. The words like intrigued, wondering, untoward, inquiry, going on. This is to trigger a certain perspective of one that where you will either feel that you need to give up your right to not respond, or that will pose them in a position that they have the right to question you with their simple questions.
Does that make sense? Yeah? Anything you'd like from us? Any questions about why we're sort of spoken to you?
So even though I've highlighted that it's a no thank you, sir and madam, they are still here. And the reason why that is because they are not getting what they need, which is for me to behave as they wish me to. So they are standing there and creating pauses so that I would be encouraged to speak and contribute more. So due to these two representatives of authorities' reasons for approach lacking confirmed intent and action of identified items and or item of intrigue that has been posed as a now inquiry into my now claimed quote-unquote suspicious behaviour, I did not feel safe. So it was in my best interest to release them from communication with that good old Hertfordshire smile.
There's nothing suspicious about it. There's nothing suspicious about it. There's nothing suspicious about it. It's just simply just when asking a simple question. When asking a simple question. When asking a simple question. Okay?
No worries.
No problem. We'll leave you guys to it. We'll pop back past in a second, okay? We'll leave you guys to it. We'll pop back past in a second, okay? We'll leave you guys to it. We'll pop back past in a second, okay? We're just doing rounds. Simple as that.
Do you see what they do? See that language? Be careful. That is what you need to be aware of. Guys, I busk in Hitchin. Yeah, just leave it there. I busk in Hitchin regularly, okay? And these two police officers, I don't know, they're undercover police. I don't know what they are. They weren't wearing uniform. To me, that's undercover. I don't know much about Babylon, okay? They literally came up to me showing me their ID because they see a tent coming up, okay? Because they said that my reaction to them, guys, was suspicious. They came up to me, right? And I had no right to respond to them, okay? No right to talk to them. They're just randoms coming up, showing their ID, basically implying that I'm doing something wrong. And just they're asking questions. What are you asking questions for? I don't have to answer your questions. just random, saying because what brought them over is because there's a tent and it's suspicious, because it's unusual to have someone pitch a tent in a town centre. Hitchin is a very artsy town centre, so you get buskers setting up however, or people doing stuff setting up however. It's been raining, log, maybe watch to see what's been set up, what's been done, before you come and question someone randomly. Yes, someone having a tent and setting up isn't probable cause for you to come in your twos with your ID to question someone. Okay, that's aggressive, because that person, you as a police officer, that person's thinking, okay, I'm not breaking any laws. It's not illegal to pop up a tent in a town centre, but you're questioning them. What for? I don't have to answer your questions. I don't have to answer your questions. Stop doing that. And then because I wouldn't answer his questions, he then made out the fact that I wouldn't answer his questions. One, that was suspicious, even though he created the suspicion that he's now suspicious of. And two, told me that he's going to be popping round in a minute to check to see what we're doing. Yeah? So now threatening me now. So making me nervous.